So, today we'll be talking about Purugly, the only evolution of Glameow who evolves at level 38. Its previous BYC dates are May 3rd, 1997, February 22nd, 2000, December 13th, 2002, October 3rd, 2005, July 24th, 2008, May 15th, 2011, March 5th, 2014, December 24th, 2016, October 15th, 2019, and August 5th, 2022. I must know Purugly as one of the Pokemon I encountered in my original playthrough of Pokemon Pearl. I also know Purugly from my Pokemon Ranch. Like its name suggests, I do find Purugly to be ugly, which is the point, as it's supposed to be the opposite of Glameow's beauty. I definitely don't think Purugly is the ugliest Pokemon, though. Its design reminds me of Lucifer from Disney's animated Cinderella trilogy, as well as various other pieces of media. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article.
Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Purugly, the Tiger Cat Pokemon, whose number is 0432. This is what it looks like. Its type is normal, abilities thick, fat, or own tempo. Defiant is its hidden ability, gender ratio is 25% male and 75% female. Catch rate is 75 or 17.5%. Breeding is egg group field, hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 3'3" or 1 meter. Weight is 96.6 pounds or 43.8 kilograms. Base experience yield is 183 in Gen 4 and 158 in 5+. Leveling rate is fast, EV yield is 2, and speed. Shape is that, footprint is that. Pokedex color is gray, and base friendship is 70. Purugly is a normal type Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. It evolves from Glameow starting at level 38. Biology. Purugly is a rotund, gray, and white feline Pokemon with a crescent-shaped head. Its ears are pointed and tipped purple. It has whiskers with a zigzag-like pattern at the end of them. The frilly portion of its spiraling tail is forked, but it usually keeps it clasped around its waist, which makes it appear less fat despite appearing very sluggish. Purugly will not be reluctant to attack if angered and can be quite fast. Purugly, without having its tail clasp its waist with Jessie and Meowth. Purugly attempts to make itself look larger and more intimidating by cinching its waist with its forked tail. It barges into the nests of other Pokemon and frightens them off, so Purugly can claim the nest as its own. It does this by glaring with its eyes ceaselessly. It can be found in both urban areas and heavily wooded forests. Despite its disrespectful and scary nature, Purugly is rather popular. The reason is due to its beautiful fur, more comfortable than even velveteen. Evolution. Purugly evolves from Glameow, so Glameow, Purugly. I don't know why this is all the way down here. Game data, NPC appearances. Spoiler warning, this article may contain major plot or ending details. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Gates to Infinity. Purugly appears as one of the chief commanders of Muna's gang that was enlisted by Kyurem to help eliminate any humans that came to the Pokemon world to stop the bitter cold. At the Glacier Palace, she gets together a group of Excadrill as part of helping to ward off the player, partner, and their teammates. Spoilers end here. Pokedex entries in Diamond. It is a brazen brute that barges its way into another Pokemon's nest and claims it as its own. Pearl. To make itself appear intimidatingly beefy, it tightly cinches its waist with its twin tails. Platinum. It binds its body with its tails to make itself look bigger. If it locks eyes, it will glare ceaselessly. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It would claim another Pokemon's nest as its own if it finds a nest sufficiently comfortable. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Platinum's entry. In Gen 6, X is Heart Gold and Soul Silver's entry. Y is Pearl's entry. Omega Ruby is Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and X's entry. Alpha Sapphire is Pearl and Y's entry. In Gen 8, Brilliant Diamond is its Diamond counterpart, Shining Pearl. To make itself appear intimidatingly beefy, it tightly cinches its waist with its split tail. Legends Arceus. Though impudent and difficult to tame, Purugly enjoys great popularity due to its fur, the beauty of which surpasses even Velveteen. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items in Diamond and Pearl. It has the Cherry Berry 5% of the time in Legends Arceus. For normal, it has the Castor Fern 35% of the time. Ball of Mud 15% of the time, and grit items by level. Alpha, EXP Candy M 100% of the time, Seed of Mastery 20% of the time, and grit items by level. I still don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP 71, attack 82, defense and special attack 64, special defense 59, speed 112 for a total of 452. Pokeathlon stats, type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, flying, poison, ground, rock, bug, steel, fire, water, grass, electric, psychic, ice, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to fighting for double, immune to ghost, resistant to nothing. Notes, if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of ghost-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. If this Pokemon has thick fat, the effectiveness of fire-type moves is half, and the effectiveness of ice-type moves is half. Both would be half instead of 1. Learn stat by leveling up in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. We'll do this Evo here, and they'll go down to 38, so upon evolution, it gets Swagger, 45 Body Slam, 52 Attract, and 60 Hone Claws. In Legends Arceus, we'll just do 40 here, I guess. At 40, it learns Double Edge and masters it at 52. By TM, we're skipping. By breeding, we're skipping. By tutoring, there's nothing in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. In Legends Arceus, it can get Aerial Ace, Bulldoze, Giga Impact, Hyper Beam, Iron Tail, Play Rough, Rest, Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, Swift, Thunderbolt, and Water Pulse. Nothing by a prior evolution. Side game data, we got all this. Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Olmia in the browser entry. It attacks with Shockwaves. In Guardian Signs, it lets loose Shockwaves to attack. Got all this. Evolution data, Glameow, level 38 Purugly. Sprites here, so like Glameow's, it's a darker gray, generally darker colors all around. I can see its tail a little bit better than the front. The opposite, that's fun. Like the purple is the main body and the gray is the tips, that's fun. Platinum's, the body is going to the right, but its face is generally to the left. Although it goes back and forth, just that's the animation, different animation, looks like. The little V shape to its nose is a little bit different, I think. That's probably the big difference. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it turns this lighter gray color. Interestingly, it doesn't change this purple, even though this gray changes. Gen 5, get the fullback sprites. In Gen 6, you get the models. Pretty good adaptation. It's seems a lot bigger, though, than these ones. Like, maybe that's the point. Just to be much more like it's trying to emphasize its toughness, but not really trying that well. This seems to keep the purple now, because it's modern colors as well, and it seems to keep this as just purple anyway, this sort of purplish, yeah. Okay, in Gen 7, not really much changes, although its ears might change a little bit to be more accurate. Then again, that could just be the angle that they took the picture, though. Its eyes might also change a little bit. In Gen 8, you get the models in this game. Homes, you got these models. In animation, Purugly in Pokemon Journeys the series. Mars Purugly's the big one, I guess. The Pokedex entries in Diamond and Pearl, episode 178 in Dawn's Pokedex. Purugly, the Tiger Cat Pokemon, and the evolved form of Glameow. By rounding its tail around itself, it can appear to be bigger, and when locking eyes with another, it can stare forever. Pokemon Evolutions, Mars's Purugly, Purugly in Pokemon Evolutions, in the manga, Purugly in Pokemon Adventures, Purugly in Pocket Monsters DP, the TCG, Trivia, Origin. Purugly may be based on an overweight tabby cat and a stereotypical ugly woman. It may also be based on the Nekomata, a type of cat-based yokai. The way it binds its stomach with its tail is similar to a corset. Its head, being shaped like a crescent moon, may allude to the nocturnal lifestyle of cats. Name origin, Purugly may be a combination of purr and ugly, as well as a play on pure ugly. Bunyato may be a combination of debu, fat, busaku, ugly, or basu, ugly person. Naya, onomatopoeia for meowing, and cat. Now the languages, related articles, external links, let's move on.
Now let's watch Purugly's first scene in the anime.
Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching The Rise of Darkrai. In this film, Ash Ketchum, the main character, and shelving companions Brock and Dawn, as well as faithful Pokemon Pikachu, have come to Alamos Town, where they have met Alice. They're not really relevant for this scene, though. There's the Purugly. And that is Purugly's first scene in the anime. Let's move on.
Now let's see why other people love Purugly. Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Purugly. This is Glameow and Purugly by Sparkplug USA. We did this one yesterday, but we could do it again. So we got the stylized Glameow and Purugly here. Very well done. Then we've got Cat Crush by Power Andy 15. So I guess the Purugly has a crush on Luxray here. And it's confused. Let's very interesting. And then we've got Purugly by Mini Boy 5. So this Purugly here, their little drawing, very well done. Then we've got Down Boy by Power Andy 15. So Purugly commanding Luxray to, sit down and excitedly does that. Yeah, interesting. Then this I have to pay for, so I'm not doing it, so we'll move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Chingling. As always, this isn't my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.